Okay guys, last week I had an epiphany. I guess you could call it an epiphany. I just had a really good idea. But I was thinking I want to do something with my logo, with a brand mark, because I really like it. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should make some pens or just, I don't know, I felt like making some merch just for fun. And then I was thinking, what if I make a charm of my brand mark and then put it like on a necklace? So I have a project. I'm gonna make an anti-design charm. I'm gonna have this whole process in mind of what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna tackle it. I think I'm thinking it's gonna be much easier than it actually is. I am going to take you along for the process and we're gonna see if I'm actually gonna be able to make this. And if I am, maybe I actually have a new developed skill that I can use and do fun things with. So there's a lot of steps here involved in making this happen. So let's start at the beginning, I would say. So the beginning is to create a file with the brand mark. As you can see, I've already made one. This is the actual size. This is just demonstrating where I want the little like eye ring. What do you call this? The little where your chain goes through. Where it's gonna be. I want it not like this, but like this, so that the charm won't move. I realized it's too thin. It needs to be connected here, so I made some changes to the logo. And maybe it's still not thick enough, actually, but this file so that I can 3D print it. So the idea is to 3D print this like mold, and then I'm gonna use this method. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but it's the Delftse gietmethode, which basically means that you have like two sort of cylinders that you fill with sand, and like you hit it with a hammer type of thing to really compress it, and you put your mold in it, and then you pour silver in it, and then it kind of, you like open it up, and then it leaves you with your, well, whatever was in the mold. That is what I'm gonna use. That's the plan. So the first thing that I need to do is transfer this file that I showed you into a 3D printable file and then try to 3D print it. And I'm gonna use my dad's 3D printer that I've never used or really seen before in my life, so that's gonna be interesting. But we're gonna do that now, see if it's gonna work. Yo, I don't know if I did it right. I'm scared. I think I put too much resin in it, and I don't know how. I have no idea. Guys, look. Are you kidding me? It looks so good. Okay, I've sanded the back now with some super fine sandpaper. So there's one here with a ring on it for the necklace, and then just this one, which is the plain mold. So now I need to harden these, and let's get started with that. So these are the molds as we have them now. And we're gonna attempt to melt the silver somehow. Proper burner. Like none of them were hot enough. I have to buy a burner that is sufficient enough for this. So I will report back when I have this burner. Nice, y'all. This is my burner for burning silver. This is gonna be a challenge, but I'm looking forward to it. Looks nice, actually really high quality. Her face. Weird. So when I did it last time, my silver got polluted because I melted it and remelted it and remelted it so many times that I kind of created this film layer over it, which is like polluted and not clean silver. So this sort of layer on top, if you want to pour it, it pours that with it, and it just clogs your pouring hole. So it needs to be like cleaned basically. So now I ordered some stuff to clean the silver with. It's called borax, something like that. So I'm waiting for that to arrive and then we can continue. I'm trying to drill a hole in here so I can get to the back. But this is an engraving tool, not a, well, it's kind of a polishing tool, not really, but it's having such a hard time getting through this material. Like, it's so hard. I did not think it would be so hard in every sense of the word. This is overheated and I need to charge it. I did. There's a hole in it. Took me forever. I don't even want to talk about it. But I did it. Switched a hole in it with a tweezer. So let's see. I'll burn my hands off. Made a hole in it. Wow. This keeps happening and it's honestly really annoying. Unbelievable. It's dangerous too, that's why I wear the glasses. How you kidding me? How does this happen? Okay, well, I think there should be enough for like a little straight one to go in there. I have all of these and this one. I'm gonna put this one in. I think that could work. No, that does not fit. This one fit. That does also not fit. Great. But super tiny one it is then. Let's just stretch the gap a bit more so I have a bit more leverage to put it through it. This is where we're at now. It's starting to look how it should. I'm very excited. Look at my... Anyway. This is tough. Hard material. Well, that's one soldier lost. That was a really good one though. I'm kind of upset right now. But look, we're going so good right now. Look at that. I'm so excited. It was really nice, that tip. Kind of upset. I think we arrived at the point that I can start really polishing it. So I have some sanding paper. This is 240 grit and this one is 1000 grit. So I'm first gonna use this one, which is a bit more rough. Should like soften the edges because it's really rough right now. You feel a lot of texture and I want it smooth and pretty. So that's what we're gonna do. First, I'm just gonna rip off a piece. I don't have any sort of professional tools for this. So I literally just bought this at the, what do you call it? Bouwmarkt, the place you go to for building stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna just do it like this. And I try to like apply even pressure on the whole thing so it looks even out. As you see, like these little dents in it, I still need to even those out. And even doing this, it feels warm. You see, it's so thin, I'm scared. I don't want to sand it too much. Like this is very nice and smooth now, but still there it's not. Okay. I will take it for now, and I think I'm going to also go in between each of these somehow, some way. So I'm probably gonna rip off some pieces. This is gonna be a lot of work, but I think it will be worth it. Maybe like put it at an angle. Put it at an angle. Okay. Maybe then I can get in all those little crevices. This shape is so complicated, guys. Unbelievable. This is not a very friendly entry into this craft for me. I really made it so high barrier for myself. It's okay, high expectations of myself. Okay, now I'm gonna start with the 1000 grit. Really polish it up. That's shiny. As flat as I can. It's hard. Also, it's so you need to protect your luck. For real, guys. Okay, this is where we're at. I've almost flattened it out so much that those little indents are almost gone. So we're almost left with an actual end design. Charm. And I have to say, I think I just rubbed off like all of my fingerprints on this. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, I've used like a lot of sandpaper, but I have a lot. Just rip off like pieces. Let's keep going. Almost there. Almost there. Y'all, I'm so excited. Okay, guys, we made it. So, this is what it looks like now. I don't want to sand it any further because it's already gotten a lot thinner. It's still
like very lopsided, but that's okay. This is my first ever piece, so I think I did a pretty good job so far. But I don't want to sand it any further because I'm scared it's gonna just get weaker, and so no, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna take another piece of the Grit 1000 sanding paper and just sand it again here. This will not really take off any more silver, it will just like polish it, make it nice and shiny. I'm doing that on both sides. There we go. My fingers are absolutely destroyed. When you start like sanding it like that, the silver gets hot from the friction, so it's like burned my finger, but that's fine. Whatever. And now the edges are a little bit better as well, actually. They are a little bit sharp, so I'm gonna try and like worked. Like my piece looked pretty rough, I have to be honest. After I used the engraving tool, it looked quite rough. But I think sanding it really made it look how I wanted it to. I didn't have faith at one point, and I was like, no, it's not gonna look good, but it looks, I think this looks really good. A lot better than I would have actually expected, considering the process. Oopsie. Okay, this feels a lot nicer to hold. I'll also do it on the back just a bit, just so it's nice and polished. Guys, what are we doing? This is so awesome. And you can tell, obviously, that it's handmade. You can tell. Like, you can see this is quite an imperfection. But other than that, I think I did quite a good job. It's shiny. It's sturdy. It's thinner than I thought it was going to be, which is nice. I think it's so cool. Look. Look. Now the one thing left, which is also gonna test me completely, is I left this little bit here because this is where the little ring was gonna go, and I actually have the materials to solder on a silver ring, so I'm gonna put it on this little thingy here because I think it's a bit less risky to put it on there than directly on the design. So I'm gonna have to do that still, and it's not easy. Like, I've soldered this sort of ring together, and this one turned out pretty good. Like, you can see it's mended or like welded together over here, and on the inside you can kind of see it. So this one I did quite a good job, but this, I'm really nervous. I don't want to ruin it. I worked so hard on it. So I will show you, hopefully, what I do, because I'm gonna need my full attention to do it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna film it, but I will show you what it looks like. And I'm very tired now. Very happy with this. Okay, I wasn't kidding. You see, I burned my finger. I didn't see a different way to do it, so. Anyway, now it's the only time probably that I can say I've got blisters on my fingers. If you know what that's from, you are cool.
This is the result, guys. I tried super hard to put a ring, like solder a ring on that little protruding thing I had on there, but it just did not work. The ring only got hot and this silver charm did not get hot, so it did not adhere to it. It was a disaster. It absolutely tested my patience and I had none left. It was a dire situation. I got very upset. So I just decided to leave the whole thing, and I sanded off this little part, and I just decided to put it on the chain like this. So this is the final result, and this is the back. I think I want to try and do something with it to like make it shiny again, because I heated it by trying to add like the ring to it. It got a little bit like yellowish brown. So I'm gonna have to find a way to make it like shiny and bright again. This is it. There we go, our final result. I'm very, very proud of what we did. I think it looks really good. I'm very happy.